Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2 from the incredible Wardi's Spring Championship 2021, bringing you these two incredible Terran and Zerg players. Let me first introduce, in the bottom left, the world champion. The best of the best. The Italian stallion. It is Team... I want to say he's on Team Clash still. Why don't you rep your clan tag? You gotta learn branding, Mr. Clam. It's Reynor. Like and subscribe if you like Liquid Clam better than Reynor. That's a name. It's more original, marginally. He is on Team Clash. And he is also sponsored by Red Bull. So, he's got a lot going for him, none of which is... Anyways. In the top right, known as the Slayer of Nightmare. Literally, not figuratively. A relatively new player, at least at these high levels of tournaments. Probably the underdog, despite being a Korean Terran. I introduce you to Dream. If he beats Reynor, we might pick up a booster pack for him. I don't know. Jimmy? Put an order in! Yes, there's like 3 new Korean Terran. Okay. I've been meaning. It's been a while. I've seen a few games from Dream, but not really enough to draw... Like, how does he stand out? You've got Maru, known for his massive gambles, as well as Immaculate Micro. You got Clem, for kind of much of the same, but even more consistently. You got players like Cure, who make it look like anyone can play Terran. TY, the chess master. But honestly, I don't really have a stereotype for Dream. Is he just going to be your standard 3cc Terran player? Does he like mech? I probably would have seen more games of his if he did. I doubt it. I wish. But you know what? If you're listening, Dream, and speak English well enough, well, there you go. Oh, he gets a drone! All right, you know what? Oh my god, wait, he's going for us. He almost got a second one. Move over, Clem. Doesn't have the initiative to go for the creep tumor, but that is kind of surprising. You're not used to seeing that against someone of this caliber. It's kind of accepted the Reaper won't kill a drone. You're lucky to get a couple lings and a creep tumor. That's a good day at work for a Reaper. This one has to jump out. Sees the third hatchery, which Reynor actually takes in the triangle position outside the main. Oh, he snipes a tumor. All right, I'll give you that one. Reynor lays down another. He's going for the Overlord speed. Oh, okay. So Reynor recently has been opting for earlier Overlord speed. I mean, Terran's Trial sort of shenanigans. Even the 3cc ones here. Yep, there you go. 3cc behind it. Oh, it's happening! It's not, no, it's real. It's actually, okay. All right, Dream. I see you. Battle! Cruiser! It's been too long. We'll see. But hopefully he's crunched the numbers. But it's gonna be range liberate. It's speed medevacs. All right. Make sure you know, Reynor's a big fan of the hashtag Yas Queens movement. I think it'd be very likely he's just going to continue that queen production. But, well, unfortunately, with Overlord speed, it's no longer in doubt. Like, Reynor has been consistently going Overlord speed, and oftentimes there's nothing really to note in the base, which is something in and of itself. But this time, there's a fusion core. So this time, that was a very important scout. He does start, I mean, just the existence of a battle cruiser is something in and of itself. I don't think queen production will stop anytime soon. The battle cruiser is possibly the most dramatic way to take air superiority in the early game. So, I seriously, we have the bio coming up behind it. It's not transitioning into a mech build. It doesn't have to, but... Where's Reynor? Reynor, where are you? The drones? Yeah, you remember the Hellions, they still exist. Drones and Lings, and he gets out. 6 drones, and this is a critical timing. This is a timing when you don't want to be building units. This is a timing when you want to shore up that drone count and not be using your larva to replace things that really shouldn't have been lost. Like, that's just free drones. He's literally... Dream has lost nothing so far this game. Not a single Hellion, not the Reaper, nothing. That'll probably change soon. But so far, he's playing a perfect game. The battlecruiser, does he jump it, or does he just fly across so that way he can keep the tactical jump in his back pocket? There's no... He saw roaches. Like, the battlecruiser doesn't kill roaches particularly quick, but the roaches don't have many options to counter the battlecruiser. So, we will see. You know, battlecruiser just kind of sauntering in the flying laser bathtub, wades across the field. Queens outmatched on their own. While the battlecruiser can't easily kill all the queens obviously can't easily kill the battlecruisers. Everybody does about 1 damage to each other. Most of the damage is emotional. There's a lot of heated words exchanged. Like, hey, I bet you guys wish you could fly. I bet you wish you could still shoot and actually do damage like back in the war, you son of a bitch. Well, we all had different roles back then. Okay, so like let's not discuss this. Roach is on the way. Roach Baneling. Reynor trying to take a 4th along the same line. The Queens will strongly discourage the battlecruiser from going any further. Meanwhile, a bio army coming together. Lings with a counterattack, which Reynor's so good at. Fortunately, Dream has shut it down so far. Is that his first? He's lost 2 Hellions now. Dream has lost 2 Hellions. Not that he's killed that much. 7 drones and 10 Lings. Sounds like a lot, but it's relatively cheap. Reynor now just going to expand everywhere. That's the play. Everywhere. What do you want? Everything. And he's at 79 drones. So, Ravagers, okay. The battlecruiser not repaired, but can still help target those Ravagers. Also absorbs a lot of damage from the Queens. No combat shield, but +1 is done. Attack and armor. Without the combat shield, though, of fighting this army is optimistic. Let's put it that way. Ravager down. The Queen's actually boxing them into the double drop. Okay, don't... When was the last time you saw a medevac die to corrosive bile? Last cure game? Nope. But you do have to keep them moving. 89 drones. Reynor can now build everything. Dream, not so shabby himself, though. He's only got 67 SCVs, but he has an army. The income's starting. You gotta look at the Y-axis there. It's not that much of an income gap. In fact, it's switching up now. As mules exist, much to the dismay of all other races that aren't Terran. Dream stutters back, decides to pick up and go. He's got other options on the field. A single Viking will scout forward, holding on to the watchtower. So, the battlecruiser has been repaired. One of the most expensive ways to kill Ravagers, but an effective way. Its existence is such an issue. Like, it isn't a huge deal. Like, it's not going to kill him. It barely has done anything directly, but at the same time, like, that battlecruiser is just there. Okay? And like, that battlecruiser, now you have to deal with the battlecruiser, and like, you don't want to take all your day out of it, but at the same time, it's still a battlecruiser, so like, here we are. This tank push looking solid. Does he have +1 mech? It's on the way. Reynor now has to decide how much he's going to bring to bear. Does he counterattack? Or does he decide to just try to smash? The thing is, Dream's army is just better. Dream's army, more army supply, looks cooler, better upgrades, because Reynor doesn't have 2-2 done. I think that's what he's waiting for. That melee upgrade. He's got Ultraless Cavern on the way, adding to the things we don't usually see in ZVT. Huge counterattack lining up at the third. Dream, because he doesn't have any many reinforcements, Battlecruiser jumps back to defend. Meanwhile, Dream stepping forward. Gonna lose a lot of Marines, but not nearly enough to stall out this tank push. Battlecruiser cleaning up the base. Meanwhile, drop of the back. Everyone into action. 0 to 100 right now. And maybe 200 to 100 if these supplies keep going the way they're going. Dream loses a lot, but Reynor loses a base and didn't really take a big bite out of the tank push. Ultralists are not going to stop this, especially not until Chitinous Plating is done, and it just started. Dream forced out with another drop. But 17 SCVs have gone down, leaving Dream at 50, 56. A little precarious. The tank push still looking strong, but here comes the swarm. Ravagers onto the tanks. Marines forced into medevacs, and Reynor drives Dream off his lawn, such as it is. Most of the Queens surviving, just the sheer mass of units. An awkward Baneling counterattack wanders into a few SCVs. Dream forced to reevaluate his options, whereas Reynor fluidly expands to the other side of the map. No critical damage on either side. Dream didn't permanently lose a base or too many SCVs, and Reynor didn't lose either too much of his army or economy. So that was there's no winner overall from that skirmish, I would say. Though Dream did just get supply blocked because the Banelings killed some depots, so that's annoying. Queen's Brenda! No! Well, lived a long life in 12 minutes. Ultras are revealed. What will we see? To back that up, they do have Chitinous Plating, though no Ultraless speed. The Usain Boltralists are a ways off. Tanks with a lot of Marauders, that's all you can ask for. The Battlecruiser, it's back! It's still here! It's still cruising! And it's killing Queens! The Queens still, there's still no direct way to deal with the Battlecruiser. It kills off another couple Queens. Baneling counterattack finds 9 more SCVs. Dream still at a healthy number. Nearly 200 supply across the board. Those units are not in a great spot. The Battlecruiser jumps into the fray. Parasitic Bomb on the medevacs. The Bio Army is forced back. The Battlecruiser isn't nearly enough. Corrosive Bile onto some of the tanks. Good spread off a creep. Chitinous Plating is helping these Ultras stand their ground and close the distance here, but Dream's starting to get better and better trades. A bit of an awkward fight there, and the Battlecruiser brought down by Corrosive Bile. It took that long, but it's finally dead. Dream holding the line, but at what cost? The Hero Cruiser finally goes down. The Ultras just bullying their way into the front line. But Dream was able, he's lost a lot of, there's a lot of HP gone on those medevacs. And we all know it's illegal to repair medevacs. Mostly because no one ever does it. Another Parasitic Bomb could wipe out most of this. A counterattack could wipe out a bunch of his economy. Reynor has him on the back foot, and right now he's one step away from tripping. So far, Dream has just enough army to hold. But he's not doing any damage to Reynor's economy when he's busy retreating from his own bases. He's bottled up as Reynor continues the assault. Units on the left and the right, and as soon as Dream tries to come up the center, he swings again. Another attack, some Corruptors in the mix, preemptively ready to knock out the Liberators. There isn't building armor here. The Planetary easily taken down. The Ultras chopping through, and Dream left in a desperate scenario. He has to essentially base trade, which, while base trading a Terran is... The thing is, I don't know how many bases Reynor's actually going to lose. The army supply is actually in favor of Dream. 3-3 are the upgrades. The unit composition is great, but Reynor has the economy. He has the army. But can he actually do well enough in this fight? Some of the Bio Army out on the low ground. A little more Bio moving in. The Ultras, the Queens at the back, keeping the Ultras intact. And in fact, we see Dream driven back. GG. Reynor overwhelms him. Dream with some solid moves. I like the battle cruiser, the real hero of the day, but when the battle cruiser fell, Dream lost a lot of his options. Reynor just too comfortable when he gets that sort of economy going. It didn't look like it wasn't a stop, it wasn't a rout. In fact, for a bit there, it looked like Dream might be able to close the distance. But at the end, Reynor showing why he's so scary. The counterattacks, maybe the first one, maybe the second, maybe the third, doesn't work. But he keeps sending them until eventually he breaks through. Jimmy! Game 2! Yes, of course we have more than one of these exciting players. Game 2's on our side. No SCVs sent out, no pools being built, no shenanigans afoot. So far, nothing to point out. I like the flavor from Dream. I think the battlecruiser was a net positive. Thing is, a battlecruiser costs more than a command center. That's not counting the fusion core. 400 minerals and 300 gas. It is a significant investment. It is the most expensive unit aside from a mothership. So, it's a lot. And it does slow down anything else. Will we see it again? Was that just... Because Reynor has pretty consistently now been going for overlord speed. It's been a long road for overlord speed. Like overlord speed when there was that slight discount down to 75 instead of 100. Then every Zerg was getting overlord speed. Suddenly one last baneling, and suddenly overlord speed is it's on sale. Okay, get it while it's hot. And then it stopped being on sale after like 6 months, and suddenly it went back to like only 10% of Zergs getting overlord speed. At least like in the early game before usually a lair. That extra 25 just really made all the difference apparently. I think that's a bit of a silly. It really does feel like a placebo effect of get it while it's on sale that applies even to professional StarCraft players. Overlord speed did put Reynor in a very comfortable position though. Like, it is something you always get. Like, it's one of those things that usually in the first 6 or 7 minutes you'll be getting. Just usually not before lair. Oh my god, Dream. He's not getting out. The Reaper dies. Was it worth? Okay, he killed a drone, but maybe a little too far on that one. He was high off that last game, where he had nearly impeccable Reaper micro. But yeah, I don't think it's worth it to lose the Reaper at this stage. He wanted more, but we can't all be Clem. So, does Reynor opt for this feat again? He only has one in gas. Is Dream gonna bring the battle cruisers back? It doesn't look like it. He starts Stim and a Viking. Alright. The most cookie cutter of clinical Terran versus Zergs. The one thing is, he's not even going 3cc, so he's not, like, super greedy. If you go Viking and 3cc, well then you have nothing on the ground. And he lost his Reaper. He could just die to roaches. The Reaper is partially there just as another thing to take a look around and see if anything suspicious seems to be happening. You might not see the Roach Warren, but you might notice either a lack of ling speed or not that many drones or whatever. But without the Reaper, there's all the opportunity in the world to just build a Roach Warren and decide to build... Because right now, like, 8 roaches would potentially win the game. That's a gamble Reynor doesn't need to take. The point is that he could. Not that he would. There's the possibility out there. Instead, this Viking getting all up in his business. Are you trying to kill a creep tumor by killing the rocks, Dream? Is that what's happening? Or... I'm not, like... Because, friendly fire or unfriendly fire, depending on... It hits whatever it goes through, alright? Unless it's friendly units, because they have special shielding. They have phase interference matrices that block the resonant frequencies of the Hellions' combustive particle accelerators, as you know. Which is important to note when you think about how friendly fire works. Meanwhile, Reynor has queens. Hashtag Yas Queens. Which is very exciting. Reynor loves queens. And for good reason. Like, what can't they do? Tell me right now, what can't they do? That was a rhetorical question, and anyone who actually answered can unsubscribe to this channel now. I don't care if you're on the tubes or on the Twitches or anywhere else people are stealing and posting my content. Alright, get out. We don't like your kind around here. Oh, snipes the drone going for the 4th, which is a tell as well. Dream lining up a +1 combat shields and I assume stim. Yeah, he started off that stim real early. This is a strong attack here. No 3rd command center, which if Reynor had overload speed, he would have seen. Reynor doesn't even have baneling speed on the way. Oh, this is a deadly army. He just invested 100, 250, 400 in upgrades that are a long way from being delivered. Dream drops the tank down, wipes out the creep. The queen's already low on energy. Without baneling speed, you are incredibly hard. Queens aren't going to solve this problem. Especially queens that already use a lot of energy on creep tumors. That is so many marines. Dream easily guns down the banes, finishes off the queens, and claims game 2. Well, that's one thing queens can't do, is beat a sharp +1 stim timing. That is just far too much damage coming in and not a lot going out. I'll give it that much. A decisive timing from Dream. And it's not like he had to end it there, but he set himself up for success. He knew that Reynor wanted the 4th. There's no reason not to commit. He just kind of won. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. He just wins. Reynor, I think, kind of went into autopilot mode. Where he's just kind of going about his business. Macroing. We've all been there. Those of you remember the good old days when you played Starcraft and didn't have responsibilities. My target demographic. I'm just playing my game. I'm getting my drones. I'm spreading my creep. I'm getting my... Oh my god, are those siege tanks? Yes, why yes they are. That's not a dream, it's a nightmare. Is that a pool first? Not particular. No gas. This is an anti-2-Rex pool. Dream. No 2-Rex. No. Well, he's building a Rex in his main. Like an honorable Terran. Honorable Terrans don't always win, though. I wouldn't be surprised to see a less than domestic Rex in the future. No matter which way this game goes. The pull can also be to delay a CC, though he's not going for gas, which means just some slowlings. He'll probably try to slip by a Reaper. And Dream did not go for an SCV scout. Without an SCV scout, that means the Reaper will be sent directly across the map. And if the Reaper is sent directly across the map, it's not going to be at home. And if it's not at home, well, bad things happen. Here are the bad things. 6 of them. Not a deadly number, but a dangerous one. Reaper, as it's supposed to, sent across the map. Reynor, are you really going to try to catch the Reaper? Oh, he spots it with the Overlord, and he dodges with the Lings actively. The Reaper is going to see the hatch timing. It should turn around immediately. Yeah, you... Well.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And here we are. All right. Well, that command center ain't finishing for a bit. It's not going to end the game, but he did lose 3 SCVs, and the command center is significantly delayed. Those Zerglings did all they set out to do. Wow, Dream did not send another SCV. He really, this... That's at least 20 seconds or so that SCV could have been down here. That's a pretty big mistake on top of losing 3 SCVs. He's going to build a 3rd command center, but Reynor got all he could have asked. Really? Oh my god. What a guy.
We're fucked, crew! Command is drunk again!
I don't know about that. He got the OV, but that's a lot of time he could have been building Hellions to get that Overlord. Oh, that is that's a lot. That's a lot. That's at least a couple Hellions of time there. So, Dream obviously trying to make up some ground here. He's also building a Viking, which further makes me question the value of killing that Overlord if you're going to build a Viking anyways. I think the real answer here is that definitely, that tilted him. Those Lings, at that time, dangerous. Bad things. And now Dream is unhappy. Reynor just got under his skin and up his ramp. One of those is worse than the other. Both sound bad, though. Oh, not again. You know what would be really nice right now? Hellions. So 1 Hellion does pop out, but unfortunately... Oh, no. Well, he gets in. He gets a... Oh! He only gets 2 SCVs, but he gets up the ramp and sees the 3rd CC, which really shouldn't happen. That was not something that... Reynor should not have been allowed to see that 3rd CC. That tells him all he needs to know. That is the saddest armory. No, you're not gonna go Hellbats now. Come on. There's already a mainling nest on the way. Reynor can do the math here. You have Hellions, you have almost no other production. You have 3 CC. It's either Hellbats or, I don't know, a Liberator, maybe? But you already see the Viking if you're Reynor, so... The problem with Hellbats is that... Well, here we go again. This is... Maybe? There is a medevac. That's a dangerous amount of Hellbats. Mainlings are on the way, but they're not done. So, this has some potential. Here come the rest of the queens. Yeah, you thought those were all the queens. Don't be silly. He has stim done, which is kind of interesting. Unfortunately, the Banelings finish with plenty of time. And suddenly, yeah, well, the queens can handle the rest. There they go. Dream is down now. He does have the 3rd CC. He's going to be down a lot of workers, so... Yeah, he killed a few Zerglings and a couple Queens. Like, it's not bad to have the armory. Especially if you are planning on a longer game. He's got his 1-1. In fact, his upgrades are quicker, and that is the thing that you can lean on as a Terran. Like, you might have a worse economy. You might not have map control, but if you have the upgrades, there's always a chance you can win a fight and catapult that into a good position. If you don't have the upgrades against a Zerg, you're in real bad shape. Like, you have nothing to fall back on besides the best unit that Terran has. And of course, I'm talking about Widow Mines. Of course. So Dream has begun mine production and his second armory because, like many Terrans who are actual honorable Terrans... Wait, no, is this a Bio-Curious build? Is this a full-on Flex Terran? Or did he literally just forget he built an armory for Hellbats? I think it's the second one. Yeah, he did his Desperation Hellbat build, and he's like, now I need upgrades. Oh, Dream does not do this. What this tells me is Dream did not want to do a Hellbat build. Oh, he canceled the second armory. He realized. But, yeah, the Hellbat build was kind of a YOLO move. And, well, here we are. He did live. Reynor now has everything he wants. Besides, where's the Baneling speed? Oh, it's done. Okay, good. Good for him. Not good for Dream. Baneling speed is kind of important, especially since Reynor didn't really add on his upgrades very quick. They're going to be a little slower than Dream's. Not much. Ooh. Ooh. That's my commentary. Could have been better for both sides. Could have been worse. It's fine. Like, some Marines, some Banelings, you know, the usual. Creep spread looking real solid for Reynor so far. So, this is, Reynor still has the edge here. He's got 4 bases. He's got a macro hatch infestation pit on the way. Where did the Marines go? Who knows? Starting to clear up some creep here. Drilling claws on the way. Reynor just consolidating his army. The creep barely receded. Dream trying to pressure multiple fronts, but Reynor kind of slapping him down. Still leaving some Widow Mines behind, which always have potential. Reynor starting to send out some of those counterattacks. Almost a campaign level bunker here. Fully encased by supply depots and bordered by a mine, rather. Well, that was a very costly way to kill a Widow Mine. That Widow Mine goes down as well. So Dream has almost entirely recovered from the aggression of earlier, and now we have to take it as it stands. Reynor has mostly map control. He's a little behind on upgrades, but his drone count is exactly where he wants it to be. 90 drones. Okay, actually calm down a little. That's a bit much. Drilling claws means I don't care how many wings you have, because these mines are going to go off. Like, drilling claws, they dunk their faces into the creep. In fact, he picks up the last one. Dream still has enough medevacs to pressure both fronts, and since the Hydras are not on the field yet, there's limited to no anti-air. Widow Mines are zoning. Overlord speed is about to finish, so the Overseers can finally catch up with the action. Hive is done for Reynor. Should be adding on... Oh, he adds the Lurker Den is the choice. Oh! Some pretty disgusting mine hits there. Dream is sitting on 70 SCVs. A double Lurker Den play from Reynor to get the double upgrades. Is that... Yeah, that is intentional. He's building them right next to each other. He needs those Lurkers. In fact, he was a little late on getting the Hydra and Lurker Den compared to the Hive. No adrenal glands yet. Dream boxed out of the main. Dream now fully recovered from the early aggression. In fact, laying on the pressure himself. Reynor scrambling to put together the army to deal with it. Queens slowly getting ground down. Some more drones rather, taken out. Yeah, that probably helps Reynor, who's at 103 drones. Calm down, Scarlet. That's too many drones. He actually has too many drones. You can't fight an army with 30 less army supply. Not really. Reynor needs to get rid of some of these drones. That's actually a problem right now. The minefield is dangerous. The critical mass of units just isn't there for Reynor. Dream has 40 more army supply, and Reynor's nearly maxed. Like, 30. He just has 30 more supply and workers, and that's going to be a continual issue. +3 is on the way, but only for Dream. Units scattered across the map. There's only 4 Widow Mines. It seemed like more a moment ago. Many of them got cleaned up. Deep onto the creep. He will be forced to retreat. Reynor, but more units scattered throughout the map. Dream just throwing everything everywhere. Those are Reynor's Marines. Changelings, indeed. Half a dozen lurkers or so. Yeah, he's already got 3 lurkers, going up to 9. Once those lurkers start completing, once he gets double-digit lurkers, it becomes a lot harder for the bio army to get damage done. Widow Mines are essentially negated by the range of the lurkers, and of course the splash damage, shredding through. But the lurkers haven't stabilized the situation yet. There is no direct counter to him at the moment. For Dream. He doesn't have Liberators, he doesn't have really tanks, he's building 1 now. No ghosts, just bio. And that doesn't work. It doesn't work. The lurkers shut this down. It ain't happening. There are too many lurkers. Dream has to go back to the drawing board or at least find a new thing in the production tab. Reynor has survived the onslaught here. I would have thought Reynor to be the one more aggressive after the early game, but Dream found his way back into a good position. Reynor still scrambling despite his 550 APM and counting. Dream a more methodical set of actions here. Working smarter and not harder so far. Lurkers forced a little bit further back. Spore Crawler's helping to zone out. Reynor pulls the trigger on an attack. Banelings crashing through. Looking for the planet turret. All the SCVs nearby. They're gonna find it. Just enough. Hydras will eventually get gunned down, but 16 SCVs alongside that base. A lurker drop shows up to the party, uninvited. They don't care. 2 lurkers make things so much more difficult. Adrenal glands finally finishing for the Lings. They're still going to be down a couple upgrades. Dream has multiple command centers up to the north side. Losing those SCVs is not a critical blow. In fact, it might help him a bit, as he has more room for army supply, though you don't want to drop too far below 60. Reynor working around the edges. A tank push now. Mech weapons +1. He's going to fight into the lurkers who are completely unprotected. Another scan. Split, stims, and wins the fight. Guns down 4 lurkers. Reynor scrambles back to defend. Hatchery down. He doesn't have enough to fight. He can't trickle in like that. He needs the flood. More lurkers on the high ground. A little bit harder for Dream to deal with. He has so many medevacs, but they're running out of energy. 6 more lurkers on the way. Lurker drop in the main. Tank pushing towards the main is Dream. He's a bold move. But we'll see if it pays off. He picks up trying to eat some of the Banelings. In fact, not a bad move at all. He's circumventing the lurkers, which are kind of isolated at the natural. Dunking them forward is Reynor. Dropping, I don't know about that. He has potentially a blinding cut. Yanks a tank out of the position behind the mineral line. Dream gonna be driven away. Reynor has still some mining. In fact, he's maintained a significant income lead. Throughout all this, he has 89 drones. Dream finding new patches to mine from. The thing is, as soon as you lay off Reynor, as soon as you give him some breathing room, you may never get the opportunity to attack again. Reynor now has half a dozen lurkers to the south. He has a few dozen Zerglings to the north, and he's got more lurkers up the center. Reynor now controls all lanes of attack. Dream now... I mean, what were the options? There weren't too many, but Reynor has stabilized. Dream still has comparable army supply, but he hasn't gone for Liberators, he hasn't gone for Ghosts, he has none of the units that you typically need to actually deal with this. Oh my god! Hold position lurkers! Oh! Eviscerating the Terran! He holds them until they get the juiciest slash through the Terran army, and on the other side, gives him no time to breathe as his lungs are ripped apart. And suddenly, down goes a key base. The army decimated, and Reynor up 60 supply and counting. GG. That's it. As soon as Dream, that's what happens. You give Reynor any amount of time to set anything up, because Dream had been laying on the pressure. Take your foot off the gas, and Reynor will overtake you. It's been a bit since I saw hold position lurkers do anything but distract. For those who don't know, because it's so rare, you can hold fire on lurkers, which is recreating a trick from the Brood War, where you could keep lurkers from firing. It's just a button like Ghosts have hold fire, and using it there to great effect was the Italian Stallion. What a guy. So, a very solid game out of Reynor. In fact, I gotta give some credit where credit's due, by the way, to Dream. As I really thought it was just going to turn into... it was going to turn, like, pretty quickly go from Dream's failed Hellbat push into Reynor winning. But Dream didn't let that happen. He turned it around and almost took it back. So that brings us to match point. What? Okay, a quick advertisement. And we'll be right back. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. Hey everybody, I'm Winter, and I'm here to tell you, if you enjoy great StarCraft content, thank Wardy. Well, many of you probably didn't watch the WardiTV Spring Championship while it was happening. It's amazing of Wardy to, for the low price of $4.99 a month, send out these replays so other people can cast them. Thanks, Wardy. And now, while you're here, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, as well as ringing the bell, so that way I can shove more of my thick content down your throat. Thank you. Good night. Game 3. Jimmy! Game 4. Reynor maintaining his lead. Dream back to the classics. And away we go. Well, not one, but two SCVs. Reynor with a pool first. Once again, he suspects it. And the pool first worked out pretty great last time. So, okay, so there's a lot of math here. And a lot of it comes down to decision-making with imperfect information.
The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you.
Oh, come on. Oh, no. Oh, he hit him. Like, come on. He jammed him behind the mineral line. Is he gonna lift that? Is he gonna lift him down, or is he just... Reynor scouted literally 1 pixel. If that Overlord had wandered another half second, of course he queued up a path for it, but like, oh my god, he's gonna go through the minerals. Oh no. Oh, how many games in StarCraft history have been lost or decided because of this? It couldn't get, like, he's building 6 lings. The thing is, Reynor didn't see, if he built 6 lings and he saw it, he could keep the lings in a good position. Like, oh no, 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 it's happening! Ah! Well, unfortunately though, this is actually one of the nastiest positions. He does get one very important SCV. There's the cancel. The problem now is there's no creep at the natural. Because he didn't see this early enough, he wasn't able to pull drones, maybe, to help deal with it. If he sees the 2 wrecks and he's going pull first, he's in a great spot. But he didn't see it. He's now pulling drones. Gonna try to get there before the bunker finishes. But this is... It really just comes down to how many drones it costs. That's 5 Marines. The stutter step is good. The SCV dies, but... With no creep down here, and that means no... Oh no! The Overlord supply blocks... That's actually the biggest issue. The Overlord wanders into the Marines, just... So much is a little bit off because he did go pull first. Losing that Overlord and getting supply blocked at this timing. Dream with near perfect stutter step. He just guns down. Remember, Reynor has less drones than there are SCVs. Dream is, in fact, building a CC under... That's how confident Dream is right now. He's building a CC under the Overlord at home. He's daring Reynor to try to deal with that. Oh, Reynor was essentially 1 pixel away from just taking this home. It was kind of a desperation drone pull, but you can't really let a bunker go up. Feels quite bad, man. I'm very confident if he sees the 2 wrecks, he puts together the correct... Like, for one, he doesn't lose an Overlord. That Overlord was only there because Reynor was scrambling to defend. He missed something, and he missed that Overlord. And missing that Overlord spirals. It spirals into having to pull things too early. It spirals into having to build too many lings, so that way your economy is in shambles. Dream with a well-executed, a conservative 2 wrecks. He doesn't try to press the issue. He doesn't pull more SCVs. He doesn't try to kill too many drones. He kills an Ovi. He trades for lings. He delays a 3rd. And back at home, in fact, he's got a medevac, in which he's coming back. With more. In fact, this might be the time to go for a Hellbat push. Minimal queens. Very limited tech. Does he have an armor? He doesn't. The Hellions themselves already a good compliment here. He's gonna try to distract with the Marines while sneaking in. Not incredibly sneaky, but sneaking in with the Hellions. Or maybe the other way around, I guess. I don't know. Zergling speed is now finished, which is about as good of a timing as you're going to get. A bit of an awkward angle, but Dream does manage the pickup there. The 3rd base. Wait, has Dream seen... Okay, seen that there. Reynor expanding forward with this hatch. Double drop lined up behind. No engineering base. 3rd base started, so it's going to be... even more Marines following this up. Dream playing with fire here, especially with Hellions in the belly of that medevac. A small push at the 3rd base, just trying to drag things out of position. You gotta be careful. Reynor has recovered economically, but... Oh no! Brenda! What if we had 1 more rage? Did you say rage? No. No, not for now. Well, that is unfortunate. If he gets that medevac, and the 4 Hellions. That's a huge weight right now. The threat of that medevac, because Reynor's on a very bare bones. All his larva is spoken for. You do not want to be building extra lings, or you don't want to be overbuilding drones. There's just not that much larva to go around. That's why Reynor is banking money despite being on a somewhat minimal economy. Alright, the medevac's moving in. The queens... Are there no banelings? Not a single bane. Oh, this guy... Come on! Get him out of here! This guy and his mineral... Dream using those mineral walls. So, like, such a dirty Terran. Ugh. My god. Like, no, this is the... Oh, come on. Oh. I mean, he loses a medevac, but the tank has done so much. The amount of lings. He's lost 76 lings. This is... I don't know if Reynor should have committed. Like, the tank there isn't really doing much. That tank is essentially on the other side of the street, flinging angry words at him. It's not really an imminent threat, but then again, you let it sit around for too long, it becomes entrenched. Reinforcements show up. You can see Reynor didn't want to let that happen, but was it worth it? No, the answer is no. It did not work out. He did not kill the tank. He did not pass go. He did not collect 200 minerals. He lost way too many lings, and now he's in a very tough spot. His upgrades are way behind. His 4th base is not going to save him from this position. Dream is now stabilizing on 3 bases, and he's going to have 1-1, and that's going to be a disgusting push to deal with. The creep is 1 scan away from being dealt with. The tank with 21 kills and no damage. No damage on it. Untouched for those 21 kills. Liberator gonna drag some attention away as Dream steps forward and kills the creep. And Liberator just backs off. Gonna have to work on the left side of creep as well. Probably join up with the main push. 2-2 started on the dot as soon as that armory finished. Diving in. Only 1 creep tumor remaining. Reynor setting up a huge counterattack. Without 1-1, it's going to be incredibly difficult to fight even that army. Without the +1 Carapace, the Banelings will die in 1 tank shot to the splash damage. I think that's still true, right? Oh no, what are those SCVs doing there? Those SCVs are letting Zerglings in, the traitors! Ah, they've been bought and paid for! If those SCVs did not let the Zerglings in, then right now Dream would be able to focus on his potentially deadly tank push. I mean, 7 SCVs is pretty superficial damage. Reynor holds only a 2 drone lead here. On top of... Like, what is the saving grace? Oh, he spots the Banelings. There is no saving grace. That's the answer. Like, there's no lurkers. There's no mutas. It's just lings and banes. And that does not win this fight. As 2-2 completes, you can't fight like this. Reynor's going to have to do more and more counterattacks and gamble more and more on these engagements. Because he's not going to be able to win a straight-up fight. He knows that. Dream, I think, is coming to that realization as well. A planetary on the way. Reynor's in position to deal with it. The line of queens. Hashtag gas queen. Reynor has 16 queens. That's his defense. I mean, you gotta appreciate. It's hard to get through. Even if it's probably not going to kill many Marines, they can take a beating. So... Hashtag gas queens. That is essentially his backstop. He's relying on that double-digit queens to hold the line. He finishes 1-1. He's got Baneling speed, tries to wrap around and smash the attack, and indeed he does. Dream on the back foot without much reinforcement. Reynor cleans up the... He drops him like a few meters to the left. A small, like a double drop that... I don't even know if those are called medevacs. Maybe with the Hellbat. Reynor dealing with it. Hive is on the way. Essentially, it's Queens till Hive right now. Dream gonna need to get his 4th. In fact, he has the planetary. The drop... Actually, those Marines win the battle. Bit awkward there. Reynor forced to repartition. But he's held on 4 bases. The counterattacks have done what they needed to do. Dream starts 3-3. The Hive is nearing completion. No Hydralisk Den. So that means it's just going to be like Ultras and Vipers. I mean... Reynor's doing what he can with what he has, and Dream has yet to be able to lay down the killing blow. Ultralisk Cavern, Adrenal Glands. Reynor has slipped out of his grasp, kind of like Dream last game so far. Dream last game, Reynor had map control, Reynor had a lot of advantages, but Dream was able to hold on. This game, Reynor has been on the back foot, but he's not dead yet, and he's working towards Hive Tech. He's going to have to take an ultra risk. But it's all he has at the moment. Huge counterattack working on the wall towards the 3rd. Dream doesn't really have the reinforcements to deal with this. The Lings are streaming through. Marines will take down an extraneous hatchery, but so many Lings now in the 3rd. The SCV is on the run. They will escape. But a supply block for Dream will stall him out again. He's buying so much time, but Reynor is continually losing. Reynor gonna thank him for that one. That hatchery was not on center. The Queen count still at 15. Triple-digit Zerglings. Banelings trying to close the distance. The second wave of the counterattack not really finding as much success. Reynor losing 300 Zerglings. A whole build team gonna put together the depots and rebuild the wall as Dream is kind of holding back, which is giving Reynor the time to get Ultras. The thing is, Ultras are good, but only if you're able to use them on offense, really. They might be able to buy you time on defense, but it's still just buying time. On offense, where the Terran can't be microing everywhere at once, okay, then you can start chopping through. But those El Chapo lists are gonna get found, and they're gonna get hunted down if they're forced to play defense, even with this many Queens. So we will see. Chitinous plating is on the way. +3 Carapace, trying to keep everything together. He still has a lot of Queens. Like, that is a wild card here. A whole lot of Lings in main. Reynor just playing hard to get here. And Dream can't be looking everywhere at once. Reynor exploiting that. Smashes another group of bile. Dream really just wants to get it. Fight me! Fight me! And Reynor says no. The only time Reynor will fight him, like he comes in, couple jabs to the ear, alright, sweeps the leg, but he will never go with the heads-up fight, because that's how he loses. This Terran army is better in an open field fight. But down and dirty. Ultras being isolated. A bit of an awkward, disjointed battle from all sides, but the Ultra, the backstop here. Dream force back, a couple more tanks taken out, awkwardly placed medevacs, but the Marauders turn the tide. The Ultralisk caught on the wrong side of things. Can it be healed? The Transfuse! Not enough. The Hero List trying to hold the line. You need to use those Transfuses. Dream with a mostly Marauder tank army here. He's now got 17 Marauders, 6 tanks, and only 12 Marines. Breaking those Queen knees there. They can't break the knees of the Ultras because they're just too large. Oh my god, the ultimate battle. Medevacs versus Transfuse. The Transfuses win for now. But the Queens are nearly out of energy, which is a real concern, and everybody here is too thick. They can't, they're tripping over each other to retreat. Like I said, not incredible on defense. Dream pressing the issue. He's out of energy on his medevacs. but he still has tanks. The mines scattered in. The queens and just ultras here, trying to keep things together, but the Terran... I can't believe it's not butter. The spread's so good right now. Widow mines in the ground. Armory makes it so they won't be revealed, and Dream is winning the war of attrition. The queen count at about critically low numbers. It's 20 links. That's all he has. Reynor has won many battles. He's run around this situation, but Dream stayed the course. He continues to press the issue in one more solid push. Yeah, and Reynor, like, he's building ultras. That is his potential saving grace. The ultras stuck behind the queens that are supposed to save them. When a Terran has more supply than a Zerg, it's usually not a great scenario. The queens doing their best. They don't have any upgrades. Well, they have the Carapace upgrades, but that doesn't help against the Liberators. The Ultra's still pounding through. The Bio Army driven back off a creep here. Unfortunately, there's no Overseers, which means the mines recharge. The Hero-less doing their best. Another mine shot slams into an Ultra. Overseer being built. He forgot about the mines. Dream now... Well, Dream actually mining out of his main and natural. I'm surprised he doesn't have a 5th base. In fact, Reynor starting to mine more and more. He's held on to all these bases. I keep feeling like Dream's about to lay the point home. The mines are adding up here. Reynor has lost 10,000 more minerals of units. Dream can just take his 5th. Well, I say that. He can, but he won't. As Reynor dives in, Reynor somehow on an ultraless budget with a Zergling economy. He's making it work. He's holding it. It's still working. Dream still can't find that decisive game-winning fight. Ultra's kited down. Reynor will not give him the fight. He won't throw everything at him at once. He'll lose his creep, he'll lose his ultras, he'll lose his queens. But he refuses to give up everything. And the ultras, they keep finding fights where Dream isn't microing, because he can't be microing 3-4 places at once. Not everyone's called Clem, okay? Dream hunts down the ultras on his side of the map, but that means Reynor sprints forward, and suddenly Dream wants the gun. Reynor making it work. The ultras, wherever Dream isn't. Fight me! Come back here and fight me! Reynor refuses. He pulls back as soon as Dream tries to consolidate his forces. Another base down. Reynor start. Well, he still has the left side bases, which means he still has an economy. Dream's been denied. It's not about the worker count, it's about the mineral patches right now. Reynor might be able to dive on the planetary, but at what cost? Where are the queens? Respreading the creep as they can. This left side base, it's a long way away. The ultras have to run over. The bio army's already there. Probably could target it down and just get out if it wanted to. It will. Playing whack-a-mole with hatcheries now, but he's playing Reynor's game. Reynor is building an army. He refuses to put all his army together and take a heads-up fight, so Dream says, well, 2 can play at that game. You don't have any anti-air. You have queens, but if the queens aren't where the ultralists are, then the ultralists die. Case in point. So, Dream's starting to embrace the more mobile style as well. He does have... Oh, there's some infestors joining the fray. Pretty nasty positioning behind the minerals. Has been since the proxy racks. The Baneling's crashing through, though. Reynor! You gotta... Oh, he's not repairing! The SCV's sleeping on the job! He's actually out of minerals to repair. He may have run out of minerals while he was trying to repair, which is one of the... Oh, this is his main! This is Dream's main! Neither player is mining nearly as much as they used to. Reynor has still lost almost 10,000 more minerals, but he's lost a little bit less in gas, about 1,500. The battle continues. The brawl, it's only been 20 minutes. They've lost more units than most of the Bronze League combined this season. 1,000 Zerglings! 14 Ultras, 13 Queens! Oh my god. Well, Reynor keeps throwing units into the fray. Widow mines keep burrowing. They keep finding connections. The overseers. Casualties of war. The triple kill on the Queens! It's not the Marines. It's not the Marauders. It's not the tanks. The mines. They came from below. The real burrow is Terran burrow. The mines landing a triple kill and breaking the back and the morale of that push. Oh, is there enough for a fungal? No! He doesn't have pathogen glands. That infestor pops out with only a big queen energy. I don't know. It can't really do anything right. It literally can't cast a spell until 75 energy, so it doesn't even have water balloons like a Templar. These Ultras in a very awkward position as the Terran outflanks them. The Ultras can't get out. They try to slip past the grenades of the Marauders, slamming in. The Widow Mines remain. Infestor's trying to help. Infestor's not a particularly reliable unit against this very scrappy Terran composition. Reynor running out of bases to mine from. So is Dream, though. Dream's been on a shoestring budget as well. They're still both scrambling and scraping minerals as they can. Reynor's been doing a better job of it for most of the last 10 minutes. The thing, like, it's still ultraless, which is not a long-term army comp. What is the long-term? Lurkers? Vipers? It's been ultras. It will continue being ultras. There's no chance of stopping at this point. Reynor just kind of sacrificing to the Widowmine gods now. He's lost 1,069 Zerglings, which is nice for everyone but Reynor. Oh my god, and that number just keeps going up. Like, it's not gonna go down, so... Oh, Zerglings. Finding SCVs. Dream only has 30 SCVs. Not that there are many mineral patches left, but that means his army supply is kind of huge. An awkward fight here. That's a lot of bio. And a lot of damage going into the Ultras. The Queen's cut off from those they want to heal. The Fungals shrugged off by the bio. And Dream turns it into a 5-game series. Reynor did so much with so... Well, actually much. The numbers keep going up as somebody's still in the replay, but... Oh, that is a lot. 45,000 minerals, 20 queens. It's literally off the screen. We know, 1,100 Zerglings. Oh my god, 600 supply near... Wait. No. Okay, a lot of a whole lot of Zerglings. Oh. We're not done. It comes down to this, pretty evenly matched. I feel like Reynor has the slight edge in these games. Like, Reynor is the marginally better player, but it's a very thin margin. We'll find out. WardiTV Spring Championship. 2021, in case you're watching this in 2028, you're like, Winter, I can't believe this is how you cast when you had less than 10 million subscribers. Wow, I miss old Winter. I'm glad to see my music career is taking off, and I hope you guys tune in for the chess boxing match next week. Beckett Industries, up close and personal. The smallest map with the closest rush. Now, we'll see how much it's used. So this means, based on process of elimination, as it goes, that means that 2,000 atmospheres was vetoed, I think likely by Reynor. And Jagannatha was vetoed likely by Dream. So the long map that usually gets cut in half, a lot of counterattack potential, likely by Terran, and then the map where there's a lot of disgusting tank positions and it is difficult to actually assault once they get 4 bases. I'm making assumptions, but those are the 2 maps we haven't seen here, so. Great series, though. I want to see more Dream. Like, Dream kind of reminds me of a Solar for Terran. Like, he's not the best, but he's capable of taking on anyone. Not in like a Cure manner. His multitasking is really good. His builds are solid, besides that one Hellbat build that I think everyone, including Dream, would admit was kind of haphazard. His execution is good. He's 2-2 against Reynor, who is the world champion. So that's not a pushover there. I don't think you could literally get a tougher opponent. So, but at the same time, he's still got, like, beating Reynor's a good first step. But you got Clem, you got Maru. What's TY been up to? Technically, Cure is ranked higher as well. Though Cure is, as they say, Cure. Who's they? Usually just me. Never miss an opportunity. Cure is my favorite Terran, personally. That's not even sarcasm. I love watching Cure. Because you never know what you're going to get. Like, it's going to be some solid, fun games for the fans. Not surprised to see Overlord speed in this final match out of Reynor. You don't want to, like, remember this all started... Wait, no, we played 2,000 atmospheres. I'm dumb. What does that leave then? Oxide? Oxide. Was still likely Reynor's veto. Yeah, 2000... That's so... It feels like it was a whole different series. Where Dream went Battlecruiser. That was hours ago. And here we are. Is that a medevac? Oh my god, the Overlords. What is this, a campaign mission? Oh, Dream! Ah! Not even close, baby, says the Overlord with a surprising command of English. This Overlord, hey! Can I just... Hey! Guys! Oh, well. Alright. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately ran into an invisible wall. Or maybe just got sick of the world. You know, being an Overlord is tough work. I think they're just full of hot air, but they complain all the time. Oh, what? Ah! Alright, he comes back. He spotted the extra racks, right? Yeah. Reynor comes back with his medevac to chase it down. Alright. I don't, like, this is kind of, I don't know what, he had a Viking. So, this whole time, Dream had a Viking, and he's chasing down Overlords with a medevac, which seems like a typical group project to me. Like, Couldn't you just kill this with a Viking? Let the Marines do it. No, don't do it! Dream! We've been over this! Oh no. I mean, maybe this time is the time a Hellbat build works, but like, Reynor already has a Spine Crawler and Banelings. Maybe this is the Hellbat build, alright? Maybe this, the 17th time we've watched it in the last few months, maybe this will be the time it works. I don't know. Here we go. Maybe. Alright, here comes Dream. He might cancel the 4th. And a surprise, Banelings. You know what? The Banelings didn't do that much. But also, the Hellbat's just... Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, the Viking got an Overlord, so that's cool. I mean... Alright, so that didn't do jack shit. Yeah, like, I was trying to look for a saving grace here of like, well, map control for his 3rd, but the upgrades are slow. For the first time, I think, in this series, or close to it, Reynor will have an upgrade advantage. What are you doing, Dream? He's rearranging his depots like a Bronze League hero over here because he built his NG base in his main, and that's like just an uncontrolled variable. He's used to having the NG base at the wall. So now, Dream has lost. He's trying to push in. Baneling speed is 8 seconds, 6.5, and continually less seconds out. Baneling speed should be enough, because it gives the plus 5 HP to those Banelings. Lings around the back. Hellbat's just kind of sitting there, as they do. Yeah, okay, you know what would be a buff to Terran? Is just removing Hellbats. Okay? Like, I think at this stage, if Terran players want to get a buff in TVZ, just like remove a hotkey that allows you to build Hellbats. Can we stop? These players are 2,000 plus MMR better than me in some cases. Something like that. But I can't remember the last time I've seen a Hellbat build work. Oh, there you go, Marines. Solid target fire, guns down the Banelings. This is happening. Oh my god, I can't believe he still had Lings and Banes there. Stop it! Stop! Put your medevac in, put your medevac out, put your medevac in, and drop Marines all about. I do the Clem impression and I shake it all around. That's what it's all about. Unfortunately, though, Dream is down 30 supply. And Reynor is on top of those 2-2 upgrades. So we're gonna... The one thing that Dream has going for him is we're on Beckett Industries. Even if Dream is mostly sitting in his base, he's only a couple screens away from Reynor's. There's speedulas all over the map, which of course could work against him. The thing is, Reynor is not sitting back building Lings and Banes. He's not on the economy of last game. He has everything. He's got a hive. He's got a lurker done started with the hive. It takes the same amount of time to build as the hive itself. So he's going to have lurkers as the hive well, actually a little late, but he has his half of the map. Dream, there's not going to be that opening to do multi-prong drops. There's not going to be that timing to hit 2-2. Reynor has already preemptively covered it and moved past it. So unless Dream is ready for the lurkers as they come out, which he does have 4 bases, and he does have at least a Liberator, Reynor has all the initiative this time around. He has the hive tech as quickly as he's had it this whole series. Couple queens, gonna pay the price here, unfortunately, but Reynor with a... Queens are your band-aid. Don't tell them this, but queens are the unit you build when you don't have the budget for other units. That's why they're so amazing. But when you can afford lurkers, when you can afford hydras, when you can afford vipers, you're not building queens anymore. Sorry, queens. But you led the Zerg to the promised land, and now they will bask in it. We've got all of the upgrades. We've got 2-2 finishing. 3-3 should be next on the agenda. Lurkers are done. Upgrades coming up. Reynor gonna start hammering on both fronts. Has to play defense for now, but that will not last long. Parasitic Bomb. Leaves a couple lurkers, because what are those Marines gonna do? Seismic Spines, lurker range, about to complete. This is kind of an awkward set of rocks here. Lurker zoning out of the base. Reynor is maxed out with 91 drones and hive tech at 11 minutes. Comfortably. Dream isn't too far off to his credit, but now the siege begins. A nuclear missile! Let's set up camera location to be a professional caster here, of course. That's one way to break a siege. That's one way to avoid a bloody battle. Potentially. But tanks are yanked in. Reynor bites off the head of the defense. Wait, did he get... Reynor didn't actually get adaptive talent. He didn't get that lurker speed and speed burrow. It's everything you want in one. And that's actually a mistake. The first time he tries to burrow his lurkers in a heated position, I'm sure he'll remember. But it's gonna be... Oh, wait a second. The double Nidus. I love it. Seen this from Reynor before. Rarely do we get to this point where the Zerg has so much control of the map. Usually Terran players try to lock down as much as they can and keep Zerg on the back foot, but that Hellbat push just did not do much. Tanks killing as many Marines as Zerglings are, but freeing up some Ghost supply. Ghosts are the way. Ghosts and Liberators and tanks, all those more expensive but more powerful late game units filled in with bio. The meat and potatoes. Not sure which are the potatoes. The Marines are the potatoes. Obviously. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Meanwhile, Reynor just kind of strikes in. Not sure, kind of a... Not even really a committed attack, but he ends up killing a whole lot of bio. I'm hungry now. But okay, Reynor's in a great spot. Please finish this series so I can still not eat because I stream for 12 hours without eating. It's called the Streamer Diet. Please like and subscribe for more great health tips. Here's what you do. Like, have high APM so you burn calories. Start yelling about how good players are that are a decade younger than you and then be sad. Meanwhile, double Nidus network into the main, I'm sure. Meanwhile, as simultaneously with an attack, he's worrying about the attack right now. Dream will take a solid trade here. Adaptive oh, yeah. Yeah, he tried to burrow the lurkers. Not as fast as he'd like. The double lurker... the double Nidus worm into the main. Dream scrambling back. But he didn't have enough in production to deal with it. He's going to have to deal with what comes out. And that makes it so much more... Unfortunately, with Zerglings to start. But it's going to get worse. Well, he's got cloaked ghosts. They're trickling out into the ghosts, which are handling it just fine. Dream loses 11 SCVs, but 65 is still a pretty comfortable number. Reynor's mass Nidus plays. And these Nidus are just to reinforce. Reynor is grabbing the map. He's making sure he's going to try to zone it. He knows he's not going to be that cost effective. But you don't need to be that cost effective if you get 2 more bases. More Nidus worms in the main. Driving in toward the 4th, ripping through the front line. Too much of the army committed at the back where the Nidus worms are opening up the rest of the defenses. A bunch of lurkers outside the 4th. That's a lot to deal with. The scans. In come the snipes. But the Nidus in the main, there's no reinforcements in it. There's nothing to worry about for now. And Dream holds the line.
Denied.
So this is happening, by the way. Just may I sit here? Drones? I mean, it's unlikely he's going to be able to mine from these bases if Dream is still left intact. The Ghost Academy in a bit of an awkward position. He has a Ghost Academy... I don't know where. Stop. Wait, where's the other Ghost? Oh, it's at the back. Okay, so at least he has a Ghost Academy that's not about to get ripped apart by lurkers. Dream is not... Look at Reynor's bank. Look at the supply. Look at the banelings. There's so much to see. And none of it's good for Dream. The snipes onto the Overseers. 98 drones. Just overwhelming. Yeah, sure. Reynor's lost 2,000 more gas and 8,000 more minerals, but each base in StarCraft 2 has approximately 22,000 more minerals and exactly 4,500 more gas. The exception is single gas base nuclear missile launched onto the... Did Reynor see it? Oh, he saw it. Plenty of time. Oh my god. He just goes to the... Nukes have a surprisingly small radius. Yeah. And drones don't really care about radiation, so... Okay, well that's... He killed some larvae, which I guess is cool. And the army's coming back, which... All this for me, says the Ghost, and that may give Dream an opportunity to take his base and secure it. The Viking, as we settle in, Dream seems to be stabilizing somewhat. He's down 50 supply, but much of that is workers. Reynor trickling into this fight. The banelings kind of squeezing their way through. The planetary can't lift, which means no Instagram posts. The other command center in a precarious position. Will it burn? Nidus is in the main. Dream! Oh no! That, I think, kind of signifies his position. Command center burns. SCVs have to be pulled. Reynor continues. A nuclear missile launched yet again. This one might find the mark, but at what cost? Snipes coming out, targeting. The nuke will land. Find 16 drones, but a small part. Oh my god, Reynor up 3,500 income a minute. Pretty evenly split between minerals and gas. Another Nidus. The barrage. The relentless assault. The inexorable Zerg. Hitting from every... Where did those lings come from? Somehow these rocks are still here. Another Nidus. He can't put a firewall up on these network connections. Dream scrambling to defend almost literally every single base. As Reynor just continues and winds up for another attack and another attack and another Nidus, and the changelings in the main and the lings in the fifth and the attack in the fourth. Lurkers on top of the tanks. Tanks already gone. Detection not there. One ghost will see the horror of what's happening and maybe just outright die. Reynor rips him apart. Base by base and limb from limb. An overwhelming display. Zerg, in the truest sense. He lost 10,000 more minerals. But he won the series. Dream, it, didn't even lose. He lost 28 techs. 19 goes. But, at the end of the day, well, Reynor showing why he's the best in exciting and epic fashion. Wardy, thank you again for allowing us to have these matches. Check out Wardy after you're done checking out all these incredible videos. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Congratulations, Reynor, and thank you for watching. Stay chill.